Acmeville Watershed Management Plan incorporates many key goals to guarantee the cleanliness and healthiness of the surrounding environment and watershed area. We plan to start a community habit to prevent runoff and ensure water conservation, along with pamphlets and community bulletins focused on educating the public about the importance of protecting water quality. We plan to start community programs within the development, such as rain barrel programs and bill reductions for those who use energy-efficient utilities. The public will be educated about correct disposal of hazardous materials, water conservation techniques, the dangers of fertilizers and pesticides, and the option of having a permeable driveway. If possible, we will also connect the development to the city's sewer system to prevent leaching into the groundwater. We plan on utilizing residential planning techniques that are designed to protect the water quality while still being eco-friendly. We plan to build a one-way cul-de-sac surrounding the neighborhood green that will double as a community garden and a runoff filtration area. By making the roads one way, we can reduce the impermeable surface of the road and in turn prevent more runoff. We can build the cul-de-sac with a slight tilt towards the green, which will cause all runoff to enter the neighborhood filtration gardens. To prevent destructive runoff from being channeled down roadways, we will make sure there are no curbs separating grass from pavement. The surrounding houses can do their part by creating rain gardens at the downspouts of their gutters. Rain gardens are a useful and attractive way to contribute to a healthy water source because they naturally filter water emitted from your gutters. The mulch and soil surrounding your plants acts like a filter and slowly lets the water seep into the ground where plant roots can filter it even more. The option of a rain garden is not only visually appealing, but also cost-effective. By making sure water from your gutters is absorbed into the ground, you can protect your lawn and driveway from erosion, while also benefiting the neighborhood's water resources. Although there are ways to buffer the water waste and pollution created by the development, we suggest not building in this area because of its close proximity to Reservoir 5. A community located close to the reservoir could threaten the surrounding environment and taint the waters.
One of the best ways to protect the watershed and conserve water is by convincing homeowners to participate in the following steps. One way to save water is to run your dishwasher and clothes washer only when they are full. This could potentially save 1,000 gallons of water a month. Also, when shopping for your new appliances, choose an efficient one because they could save many gallons with every use. Another way to save is to use the garbage disposal sparingly. Instead of compost vegetable food waste and save gallons while improving your soil quality. And if you must, water your lawn and garden in the morning or evening when temperatures are cooler so that less water is lost to evaporation. Another way to conserve water is to reuse water used for rinsing vegetables to the water. By installing a water-efficient shower head, one can save up to 750 gallons of water a month. By simply turning off the water while brushing your teeth, you can save about 25 gallons a month. In addition, if you turn off the water while shaving, you can save 300 gallons a month. Another way to save is to shorten your shower by just a minute or two, and you will save up to 150 gallons per month. One of the most important ways to save water is to check for leaks. If you find and fix a leak, you can potentially save hundreds of gallons of water a month. Homeowners can also plant native plants that do not require watering or reduce the area of the lawn needs maintained.
Our watershed management plan cannot be successfully accomplished without the help and support of the citizens of Acmeville. Several simple steps will be taken in order to have the entire community on the same page with our management plan. First off, we strongly believe that informing the students of Acmeville about the watershed management plan is a necessary step to help motivate the community. We suggest sending representatives from our firm to visit the local schools of Acmeville to make them aware of the importance of maintaining good water quality. For students at the high school level, we could offer community service hours for the individuals who put some of their time towards helping fellow citizens by installing rain barrels, planting native grasses and flowers to prevent soil erosion, or any other way that would help improve water quality. For the remaining citizens of Acmeville, discounts on the cost of water could be offered to those who reduce the amount of water they use in their daily lives. By offering discounts on the cost of water, this would cause people to think twice about the amount of water they use and would make people more inclined to cut back on the amount of daily water use. Informational meetings on the progress of the management plan can be held at the local town hall or library. Acmeville's local newspaper could also cover many aspects of the project, and additional contact information for those who wish to become involved can be provided. In order for our management plan to be successful, it is vital that we have the people's support.
The majority of pollution entering the watershed comes from developed areas in the point of non-point source pollution. While it is impossible to determine the exact location from which the pollution is coming, most runoff can be prevented by merely being more careful in both the construction and utilization of developed areas. Chemicals are all too often dumped down the drain with little to no regard for the environment and water quality. Under no circumstances should chemicals in any form ever be dumped onto the ground itself, for this is the most immediately dangerous form of polluted runoff. Permeable blacktop surfaces have been shown to make huge reductions in the amount of polluted water entering the watershed, as well as allowing water to enter streams and tributaries at its natural entrance point rather than man-made drainage sites. Soil naturally acts as a water purifier, so by allowing water to percolate through the soil instead of running through the storm drains, the watershed can be kept much cleaner. While soil can help to purify runoff, it can also become a pollutant itself. For this reason, roadside plantings of native grasses and wildflowers with extensive root systems will be of great benefit to prevent soil erosion by keeping the soil in place. When properly done, these roadside swales can completely eliminate the need for more elaborate storm drain systems. Some of the most dangerous man-made threats to water quality and water are road salts and de-icers, which wash off the road in the spring and linger in lakes, streams, and groundwater. Alternatives to environmentally hazardous salts are becoming increasingly common, and one such product is calcium magnesium acetate. This substance, when mixed with water and used as a spray, is an effective preventer of icy buildup as well as a de-icer. By using this organic alternative, one source of excess nutrients in the watershed will be eliminated, thus reducing the occurrence of problems such as eutrophication. When looking to build new housing developments, there are many building practices which can help protect the watershed as a whole. Cluster building, the practice of placing all buildings in a complex near to one another, will limit the amount of paved runoff or otherwise covered areas, thus reducing the amount of potentially dangerous runoff. Narrower roads, made of the aforementioned permeable blacktop, also limit damage done by displaced rainfall. Cul-de-sacs are usually a large space paved over earth. However, one-way, loose cul-de-sacs greatly minimize the amount of pavement needed and can also incorporate natural vegetation to aid in water filtration. By taking these steps to avoid and prevent non-point source pollution, we can create a healthier environment for the citizens and preserve and conserve the quality of the Acmeville watershed.
In order to protect our drinking water, we need to also take into effect both forest and soil management techniques. Forested areas, which according to the Environmental Protection Agency, are responsible for 2/3 of the area's runoff, and they're an important resource to help cleanse and protect our water. There are many precautions and management techniques that we can use to help forests enhance water quality. Clear cutting must be avoided in areas near watersheds, as clear cutting causes erosion which can deposit sediments in streams. We also need to make sure we clearly mark the boundaries of forested areas that are near watersheds, as certain recreational activities may also cause erosion. The use of quads, dirt bikes, and mountain bikes should be banned, restricted, or limited to specific trails. One of the most important aspects of forests, and especially streamside forests, is their ability to both control and help water quality. In order to keep forests involved in the protection of water quality, we must follow many important best management practices, or BMPs, to keep our forests up and running and helping the water quality. BMPs can include harvesting of timber, management of chemicals, revegetation of forested areas, management of streams and forested areas, as well as many others. These management practices will help to limit the amount of sediment and nitrates while preventing altered water temperatures in streams within the forested areas. Lastly, streamside forests help by removing sediments from surface runoff in streams, which in turn creates more ideal conditions for plants and animals. Soil management practices are just as important in maintaining good water quality. In order to keep the quality of soil high and in turn help protect water, we need to keep native plants on the land and keep from cutting, burning, or damaging vegetation. Many soil management techniques begin at home and in people's own yards. Soil eroded from homes and lawns can cause contaminants to stream into runoff water that eventually travels to watersheds. Therefore, the amount of pesticides and chemicals people use in their lawns needs to be limited or not used at all. Groundwater contamination from pesticides and chemicals pose great threats to human health. Pesticides can be managed by reading the labels to making sure you're using the lowest amount recommended, and by trying to find alternative pesticides that do not contain as much nitrogen, which causes risks to human and animal health. Unused pesticides must also be disposed of in proper hazardous waste areas and not dumped in the woods or down the sink. If we work together to promote the important points on how to conserve water, manage forests, and keep good soil quality, we will be able to protect the drinking water of Acmeville, reduce the harm to the water quality of watersheds, and drink safer and cleaner water.